What's your food? Sairaj? Sagar? Sorry, Sairaj Mishra. You are from Balangir?
Yes, sir.
Balangir town?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Sairaj Mishra. I am 23 years old. I belong to the Balangir district, which is in the western part of Odisha, and I've done my graduation in geography honors. And currently, I'm working in the income tax department as a tax assistant, currently posted at Visakhapatnam. And my hobbies include barefoot running, calisthenics, and reflective writing.
Can you please repeat? Barefoot running?
Calisthenics
What is
and
that?
reflective writing.
Okay.
Reflective writing.
Right. Continue.
So you did your graduation in? So you did
Geography, sir.
geography. So your option is also geography?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
you are from Balangir district.
Yes, sir.
So can you please tell why government had introduced a scheme called KBK program?
Sir, the KBK, which goes for Kalahandi, Balangir, and Koraput cluster, it is one of the most backward districts in the country and also in the state of Odisha. And there are various reasons for this backwardness. First of all, sir, it's a drought-prone region, and that's why there is high incidence of hunger and malnutrition. It's also infamously called as the hunger belt. Secondly, sir, there is high out migration from this region, also known as the Dadan laborers, to other states. And thirdly, sir, because of this incidence of all these things and also the impact of Maoism, this district has faced, it has not been part of the development. That's why, sir, the KBK scheme has been introduced.
See, but the region belt, what I see is that it is rich in many minerals.
Yes, sir.
In Kalahandi, this your region, they're part of Niyamagiri Hills,
Yes, sir.
which has rich sources of aluminium raw material, and of course,
Yes,
some
sir.
parts of Bolangir, I see that it is also rich in some iron raw material.
Yes, sir.
Why it is backward district? Why it is still backward? You know, industrial.
Sir, this is a classic.
If you
Yes,
see
sir.
coal
Sir,
history,
this is a classic.
okay, go ahead. Yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, this is the classic case of resource curves where the regions which are rich in minerals are usually poor, and there are various reasons because of this. For example, first of all, sir, all the industries are located in the coastal districts, but the raw minerals are imported from.
I think. One
Here.
second. One second.
So the
One
core
second.
is the coastal region, and the periphery is this interior. Second, sir, is a tribal dominated region
Sairaj.
with high forest cover. So, yes, sir.
Sairaj, in the
Audible?
last 20 to 30 seconds, we could not hear
Yes, sir.
what you say. We could not hear somehow. Your voice is getting.
Okay, sir.
I do not know whether the connectivity problem is from your side or our side. Can you please repeat
Okay, sir.
the answer?
Yes, sir. Definitely. No issue.
Yeah.
Sir, I was saying this is the classic case of resource curves, where regions which are generally rich in mineral resources are not able to hear, sir.
Now go ahead. Now we could hear now. We could hear now.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So the regions which are usually richer in mineral resources are exploited, and the development is usually shifted to the core region, that is the coastal region in case of Odisha. All the industries are there. And also, sir, this region is tribal dominated with various tribes like Koans, Santhals, and that's why also forest dominated. So there is a resistance against development. So the development of industry has been resisted in here. And also, sir, there is the case of corruption.
Central government
Yes,
of
sir.
India is addressing Naxalism problem by several initiatives. However, every
Yes,
state
sir.
have their own way of addressing the Naxalism also. So regarding this, can you explain specifically Orissa and Jharkhand, the state of Orissa and Jharkhand, how their strategies towards eliminating Naxalism are different, or state level unique strategies? State level unique strategies of Orissa and Jharkhand I want from you.
Yes, sir. First of all, as far as Odisha's state-specific strategy is concerned, it has taken the multi-pronged approach, starting from strengthening the security personnel, developing connectivity, to propagating the development in the underdeveloped region. So, from security personnel perspective, sir, Odisha learned the best practices from Andhra Pradesh Greyhounds, and it augmented its security capacity, its intelligence. Secondly, sir, there is a close intertwined relationship between Naxalism and in the tribal areas where tribals are usually influenced. So Odisha government initiated the scheme of recruiting tribal youths as constables in this region so that the trust deficit can be addressed. And thirdly, sir, in Odisha has focused mostly on connectivity projects because Naxalism thrives, Naxalism develops where there is lack of connectivity, where there is a huge trust deficit between government and the governed. For example, sir, in the southern Odisha, there is a Swabhiman Anchal in the Malkangiri, where because of lack of connectivity, there was problem of Naxalism. But when in 2018, the Gurupriya Bridge, the 910-meter Gurupriya Bridge was inaugurated and it connected this region, we saw a huge decline in the Naxalism problem. So, according to me, Odisha has worked on this three-pronged approach. And as far as Jharkhand is concerned, sir, I'm not aware of the exact strategies, but it has also worked on these fronts only. However, one controversial move was quashed. That is the Salva Judum, that where they recruited the local.
Are you talking about Jharkhand only?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, please, then go ahead and tell me. Jharkhand has implemented Salva Judum, right? That's what you're telling me.
I'm not sure it's whether Jharkhand or Chhattisgarh.
You're not sure, leave it.
Okay, sir.
Was Salva Judum not there in Odisha?
Yes, sir. The scheme similar to Salva Judum was used there, but when the government or the Supreme Court said against it, we dropped this scheme, and we in that place we employed the tribal youth as constables.
How much percentage of tribal youth has been inducted as constables?
Sir, I'm not aware of the exact figures, but a scheme runs.
What is the name of the scheme?
I'm not able to recall right now, sir. It's something like Odisha Tribal Youth. I'm not able to recall right now.
Sairaj, the backward areas in Andhra Pradesh get a special kind of funding from central government. So,
Yes, sir.
in these lines, the KBK districts of Orissa, are they getting any special kind of funding from central government?
Sir, as far as backwardness related to Naxalism is concerned, they are getting security-related expenditure scheme.
No. I mean, here, I don't mean Naxalism. The backwardness, the socio-economic backwardness of some regions of India get special funds from central government because they're highly backward in development perspective. So KBK districts in Orissa are highly backward. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So are they getting any kind of special funding from central government of India?
Although I'm not aware of the exact funding, but sir, they are under aspirational district program and aspirational block programs, and where their socio-economic, their human development indicators are focused on a very war-foot basis. But apart from that, sir, I'm not able to recall the exact funding scheme.
See, you are talking about socio-economic indicators. Can you mention some indicators for Bolangir district? I mean, your district, Balangir?
Yes, sir. In Bolangir, sir, more than 60% of population are below poverty line. So the literacy rates are lower than the national average. It's around less than 70%, sir. And sir, there is high incidence of anemia and in pregnant and lactating women. And sir, the burden of diseases in tribals are also very huge, especially the malaria problem.
Have you heard of Backward Regions Grant Fund?
Yes, sir.
So,
I've heard about it.
send me some regions of India that get BRGF.
Backward region grant fund. I think the areas which are low in the socio-economic indicators, for example, Western Odisha, or the areas which are geographically challenged, such as drought-prone and desert-prone area. I think in my
No, that's not. See,
limit,
I want you to tell me some regions in India that get BRGF. Name the regions.
sir, I'm not aware of the exact reason. Can I take an educated guess, sir?
Yeah.
So maybe, sir, Western Odisha, KBK region in Odisha, for example, in Maharashtra, maybe the Vidarbha region.
It's okay. It's okay.
In
If you are not aware, let us leave it.
okay,
See,
sir.
have you heard of special category status?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean? Special category status.
Sir, it was proposed by a Fifth Finance Commission that states which are backward because of their geography and because of their socio-economic indicators are very less there. So, center through its asymmetric federalism gives special concession to those states. For example, in central government scheme, the funding arrangement changes, and the states are given more financial leeway.
Name some states. Name some states.
So currently, sir, the northeastern states and the hilly states like Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh are under special category status.
Why Orissa is not getting that special category status? Any reason behind that? Odisha. Because backward, no, Orissa also.
Yes, sir. Odisha has been demanding this special category status for a very long time, sir. But as after I think 11th Finance Commission, or I'm not aware, this special category status was restricted to only these northeastern states and these hilly states. So the center is not usually giving these states, like for example, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Bihar is also demanding this. So I think it's the overall general policy of the center to address this shortfall through other schemes rather than continuing with this special category status, sir.
See, Sairaj, in Kalahandi, there is a very special kind of agriculture done by women.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of that? Which is very famous. It's very famous globally. It's very famous because very native to them.
Koraput district.
Koraput.
Yes, sir. I mean, sir, it is under global agriculture heritage.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir. But I'm not able
So
to
is
recall the exact.
is it Kalahandi, Balangir, or Koraput? Which of these?
Koraput, sir. It is Koraput, sir.
Good.
The name of that agricultural practice. Only two agricultural practice from India made it to this
Yes, sir.
local agriculture practice. One
Yes,
is
sir.
from Kerala below sea level farming,
Kuttanad farming, sir.
Kuttanadu farming, and another is from our Koraput. What is the name of it?
What is it?
Sir, I have read it, but I'm not able to recall at this moment.
No problem. No problem. See, you have taken geography as optional,
Yes, sir.
and you have done geography honors. Honors or
Yes,
honors? Okay.
honors, sir. Yeah.
Tell me, does Mediterranean region get rainfall in summer or winter?
Sir, it gets rainfall in winter, sir.
Why?
Because of the shifting of wind belts, sir. This Mediterranean, it is in the temperate region. So, because of the shift of wind belts, because of the apparent movement of the sun, the Mediterranean region gets rain in the winter season.
That's
It is
what.
famously called
Winter
winter
season.
rain.
In winter season, which winds come over the Mediterranean region? Which winds come over the Mediterranean region in winter?
Sir, it will be the westerly winds.
Okay. See, my another question from geography for you. As you go into the earth,
Yes, sir.
the outer core is a liquid solid.
Sir, the outer core, it is in liquid state, sir.
Inner core,
Inner core is in solid state, sir.
why? Which has more temperature? Outer core has more temperature or inner core has more temperature?
Sir, inner core.
Then why outer core is liquid, inner core is solid?
Because, sir, this is the aspect of pressure comes into picture here,
Okay.
where because of lot of pressure and as inner core is made of iron and nickel, and there are less evaporative material, I mean radioactive material in there, so it's usually in that solid state.
You mean,
Whereas
to say inner core is made of iron nickel and outer core is not made of iron nickel?
then outer core is also made of iron nickel, sir, but because of higher pressure, it is not in.
Pressure is one point. What other point you're trying to, I don't understand the other point you're trying to make. Pressure, okay, understood. What is the other point you're trying to make?
So the other point I was making, only this point only, sir, and that is because of pressure, it is in solid state.
Why? Because of pressure, why it is solid state?
Because of high pressure, sir, I mean, and also the density of the material also matter. So it's a amalgamation of many factors because of which this inner core is in solid state, whereas
Because of many factors. Which factors?
Yes, sir, this presence of heavy metals and this
But heavy
high
metals
pressure.
see, heavy metals are there in the outer core also, no? Sairaj.
There is some again connection interruption.
Sairaj. Sairaj. Are you there? Answer. Wi-Fi problem is there.
Yeah.
Either to him or to us. Yeah.
Yes, sir, yes.
Ah,
Are you able to hear me clearly? Sairaj, am I clear? Sairaj, unmute please. Unmute.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sairaj, last question to you before handing it over to Tibadra sir.
yes, sir.
Tell me three main aspects of hill area development program.
Which areas, sir?
Tell any three main aspects of hill, HILL, hill area development program. Sairaj, yeah, continue.
Hills have a unique geography and the development program should be the geography and region specific, and it should give importance to the carrying capacity and the absorptive capacity of such regions. So, for example, sir, whenever we are developing hills, our focus should be something which is environmentally sustainable. And tourism is a very ecotourism especially is a very important avenue for hill area development. Secondly, sir, hills are a huge source of water, and for example the Himalayas, they have a huge hydroelectric potential. So here also, sir, with some caution, rather than going for big dams, we can go for mini dams and we can tap into this huge hydroelectric potential of hill areas. And thirdly, sir, the development of infrastructures should not be should be done with proper caution and proper environment impact assessment, where various nature-based various eco infrastructures are more promoted rather than going for the all fit in approach.
Tell me any three measures to control landslides along the hills.
Sir, first of all, afforestation in hilly region, and afforestation on one hand, and stopping the rapacious deforestation on the other. This is the first step that we can do in terms of natural solution. Secondly, sir, uh, we can take the help of embankments, slope cutting, terracing, where we can kind of stop this hazard to some extent. And thirdly, sir, we can leverage technology. For example, recently in today's newspaper also came that IIT Bombay or Kanpur has formed this ensemble forecasting for landslides, because as landslides are very region specific, we don't have a all India data for it, and we don't have a all India landslides mapping for it. So now we can leverage this technology to kind of predict landslides. Yes, sir. So these three things.
Over to Tripodar, sir.
So, Sairaj, you have been working as tax assistant.
Yes, sir.
Visakhapatnam.
Yes, sir.
Which location?
Sir, Dawa Garden.
You are working under?
K. Srinivasu.
What is it? ITO or you are
Sir,
working with a circular range or what?
range, sir.
Range. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So income tax department is coming up with induction of lot of technological changes.
Yes, sir.
So recently, in the last 3 years, it has come up with the faceless scheme.
Yes, sir.
So do you find it is necessary to have a faceless scheme, because even appeals also there is no interaction between the SSC and the tax officials. Appeals
Yes,
is all about like judicial proceedings. So do you think faceless scheme is completely right, or we should make some changes?
Sir, according to me, faceless scheme is something which has empowered the people, and it has made the process more objective, unbiased, and transparent. Because a person sitting in Visakhapatnam might be assessing a person from Delhi, and there is no connection. So it has kind of decreased the scope of favoritism and some level of corruption in this. But as you rightly mentioned, sir, in some cases there is a need for proper assessment and interaction. So I think, sir, in specific cases we
So do you
can
think
go for
faceless
that.
scheme is completely objective and completely efficient?
Sir, I don't know the nitty-gritties of this.
Wait. Do you think you said that there is transparency and objective? So which is the required? Transparency is required or efficiency is required to have more tax collections, or to have vibrant tax department?
Sir, both are equally important because without transparency.
But what I see is that, because even though the main objective of this faceless scheme is transparency, but
Yes, sir.
efficiency during the proceedings of the assessment or proceedings of the appeals or the whatever process, the efficiency is not so good as it was earlier, because the appeals are there is lot of what do you call, recommendations from faceless assessment officers to the JAO, and now they are not, because lack of digital footprint, again there is coming up to judicial assessment officers, and there has been lot of delay and half-hearted assessment proceedings have been done. So do you think only transparency can make the department vibrant and collections?
Sir, transparency is an important aspect of good governance, but as you mentioned, the real ground level problems which are faced by day-to-day administration, I think, sir, these are initial hiccups, and I think we should not roll the clock back into the earlier system, and rather we should try to find these loopholes and how we can overcome this, because the technology is something that is the future. And as you rightly mentioned about the lack of digital footprint and connectivity issues, I think, sir, eventually these things will be solved, sir. But however, it is important to,
Tell me, do you get access to ITBA portal?
sir.
Do you get access to ITBA portal?
Sir, I just joined last month, so just like the
So
initial
what are
thing.
your duties as a tax assistant?
Sir, currently I'm in the establishment department where I'm currently updating the service registers of people or helping in other things. So, for example, the leaves and updating them, and this is a normal thing, sir. I'm learning, and my training has not yet happened.
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
You're still in the training part.
No, no, sir. Training has not happened. I've just joined. Training will happen after a few months.
A little more into political aspects. So Orissa has been electing only one person as chief minister, a single person as chief minister for 4 consecutive terms.
Yes, sir.
Is it because of he is the uh, game changer or change maker of Odisha in when it comes to developmental aspect, or you don't have alternatives? Please explain us.
Sir, the election of a person to the highest seat, that is the de facto executive of being the chief minister, is the will of the electorate. So I think, sir, it's the will of the electorate, and as you mentioned that whether it is the lack of alternative or because of this development, sir, it's a mix of both. In my personal belief, sir, it is important for a democratic country like democratic for a democracy to have always alternatives where the government of the day is always feel challenged and there is opposition. But sir, the will of the people is with Mr. Naveen Patnaik, and he has done also good work for upliftment of the downtrodden, the poor people, and that's why, sir, a major chunk of electorate is rural. For
See,
example, 80% of Odisha is rural, so I think, sir, they must be finding merit in the policies of Naveen Patnaik.
see, you people say, or the media may say that he has done a lot of developmental works to uplift people from poverty, but when you go to the ground level, I couldn't just see no visible changes. I could just see no visible changes in the rural life of the people, especially tribal pockets. What is your opinion on this? See, 2016 there has been a national case. There was national what do you call issue happened. One person from Thamul Rampur in Kalahandi, your neighboring district,
Yes, sir.
had to carry his wife's dead body for 75 kilometers.
Yes, sir.
What kind of development happened in Odisha? If we still in the era of this technological advancement, also if people are carrying their dead bodies to their villages, walking around 75 kilometers, what kind of development has been done in Odisha, especially Eastern Odisha? What's your opinion on this? And you are
Sir,
saying that he has done lot to pull people out of poverty.
sir, I agree that such instances are really unfortunate when we see people suffering from such extent to such an extent. But sir, as per the recent, for example, the multidimensional poverty index or the recent human development index, Odisha is progressing, sir, and it has leveraged various schemes. For example, the Mission Shakti for women and especially women in tribal areas where uh, they are penetrating the services of financial inclusion and they're kind of uh, promoting the spirit of entrepreneurship. Apart from it, sir, they are also working on the infrastructure, the Biju Sadak Yojana, and
What is called Biju?
uh, sir,
Infrastructure, what is the name of the scheme?
sir, Biju Setu Yojana, I think. It's some
Is it
connecting the bridge
Yojana?
to
Are you sure?
Biju Setu, yes, sir, Biju Setu Yojana.
Okay.
For example, sir, these backward regions, they don't have that connectivity, so bridges are built to the cut-off regions,
Right.
and
Okay. Now the KBK was earlier 3 districts: Kalahandi, Balangir, Koraput.
Yes,
I
sir.
think now it has been restructured into some number of districts. Can you tell me number of districts and these present day districts of this KBK region?
Sir, actually, KBK, it was, sir, actually not a single district earlier. It was a region because of
No,
their
it's a reason only. I'm telling the three districts have been restructured.
these three districts, sir.
Yes, the region KBK, Kalahandi, Balangir, and Koraput.
Yes, sir.
They are divided into some number of districts. And what are those districts and what is the number?
Sir, I'm not aware of because these three are the three districts, sir. There's no further division of these districts.
These three districts are big districts in 90s.
Yes, sir.
Now these districts are not so big as it was in 90s. Now they were bifurcated.
Okay, sir. I'll read into it, sir. I'm not aware of it.
Okay. Now okay. Do the SWOT analysis of KBK region.
Sir, the strength of KBK region, first of all, sir, it has high rich in minerals. So, if properly developed according to the will and the needs of tribal and the people are catered, then it can be a powerhouse for Odisha because more than 60 Odisha's exports more than 50% comprises of minerals. Secondly, sir, it is a forested region, so forest-based economy can be developed properly. Thirdly, sir, my region is can be developed as the next Ayush hub. For example, sir, the Gandhamardan Hills in the northern region of Balangir, it is related to the Ramayan, where the Sanjeevani booty was brought by Lord Hanuman. So this, according to Botanical Survey of India, this Gandhamardan Hill has more than 200 medicinal plants, and there are two Ayurvedic colleges on both sides of it, and there are various local practitioners there. So we can develop the Ayush tourism in this sector, which can contribute. And fourth step is, sir, it is culturally very rich. For example, the Narsingnath and Harishankar temple. It is one of the most important pilgrimage center not only in Odisha but in the world, but in India. There is the Chosat Yogini temple, which is one of a kind, and it is full of, sir, natural resource. Sir, weakness is, sir, there is lack of infrastructure because in order to support any development, we need the supporting infrastructure. For example, if you want to develop tourism, we need to have roads, we need to have stays, etc. Secondly, sir, it has huge poverty and problem of nationalism, which kind of deters investment. So, sir, this is the weakness. Opportunities are, sir, this is a rising region, sir, which has so much of untapped potential. So, if with proper policy and with proper strategy, we can harness this potential. And threats are, sir, if it is not focused, then it may further widen the gap between the western and the eastern Odisha. If and if and It may also lead to the distrust among the citizens of this region if proper development is not given.
See, KBK region is also notorious for distressed migration.
Yes, sir.
Do you agree that?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if you are a district collector,
Yes, sir.
how will you address this problem of distressed migration? Don't tell, apart from MG Narega, how will you come up with, don't include MG Narega, okay?
Yes, sir.
What is the strategy for you? Or what is the solution that you will come up with to tackle this distress? Because many youth are spoiling their life. I would see in 2014 there was an horrible incident happened in this region. So these middlemen chopped the right hand of one tribal youth from your neighboring district, Kalahandi, and
Yes,
that
sir.
is very close to you. Have you heard of that incident?
Sir, I'm not heard of it.
Okay. So how will you tackle? So come up with a comprehensive and strategic solution You can use of MG Narega, but don't tell that I will use MG Narega. You can use as part of your strategy. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Sir, first of all, the main reason for out-migration is the lack of viable employment opportunities and the sorry state of agriculture. So, in order to tackle this issue, I would take some short-term steps and some long-term steps. In the short term, sir, I'll try to persuade these people, the out-migrating people, towards other income generating schemes. Uh, for example, we can leverage the self-help group network, which is very vibrant in Odisha, to accommodate these people and accommodate them in some low-skill jobs. For example, in some traditional jobs in the short run. And in the long run, sir, I'll try to impart the skill. For example, the skill in Odisha Tech, the World Skill Center, and everything. This is the Odisha government is pursuing to impart skills to these people, both these semi-skilled laborers and these unskilled laborers. So in the long run, sir, the skilling and the vocational education is important for such people. And as you mentioned, sir, the income generating schemes like Manrega, sir, they can also be leveraged in short term, but they are not viable in the long run, sir, because productive infrastructure is important.
So what is your hobbies is barefoot running.
Yes, sir.
What is this barefoot running? Could you please explain?
Sir, as opposed to traditional running where we run with shoes, the highly cushioned shoes, in barefoot running we run barefoot without any shoe. And for me, it is more natural and
What is
I
so
feel
special
light.
in this hobby?
Sir?
So special in this hobby? I don't understand any unique or any different. I don't see this hobby is different from nature and other running, like other people do common running with shoes and all. What is so special about this?
Sir, it is not about specialty, sir. It is about comfort and it is about running naturally. For example, sir, when we run with shoes, there we usually have the high cushion on the heels. So there is a heel to toe strike when we run with shoes. But when we run barefoot, there is a midfoot or forefoot strike, which is usually good for the joints and it is less injury prone according to various research.
But do you
Secondly,
think
sir, when we run barefoot, sir.
Do you think it is running? Do you think it is safe running barefoot?
Sir, we can't run barefoot in all the surfaces, but sir, surfaces like sand, surfaces like grass, surfaces like dirt, we can run barefoot. And so also, sir, this is not about, for example, this is not something which people have not done because people, the ultra marathon runners are also running barefoot in marathons in some harsh conditions. So it's all about adaptability of the body. And also, sir, caution can be taken for first timers or who are not aware of the terrain or of the path.
How often do you run?
Sir, usually, sir, I run every day for in the evening. But sir, I mean, due to exam, sir, I was not able to continue this hobby. But post exam, I'm trying to catch up to this hobby, sir.
See, compared to running with shoes, compare running with shoes with running with barefoot. When
Yes, sir.
an athlete or when a person is transitioning from running with shoe to running barefoot, do you transition?
Yes.
What kind of biomechanical changes you observe in
Yes,
the
sir.
body? What kind of biomechanical changes you observe in the body?
For example, sir, the first part of question, I never transitioned, sir. For example, sir, the place from I belong, my school, sir, there was running barefoot was a norm and wearing shoes was an exception. So I've always been running barefoot. But sir, as you ask about what is the physiological changes in the foot and the body which people feel while transitioning from shoes to barefoot, sir, first of all, the shape of feet will change. For example, the shoes have a tapering end. So the feet are usually very closed, but when one runs with barefoot, the feet are expanded. The fingers of the feet they expand. So it's more natural, more stable. Secondly, sir, our body has a sense of awareness. So when we run barefoot and our foot ends have a lots of nerves, so we get a sense of awareness about the ground and the body adjusts itself to run more naturally. And because running is beautiful when we run as one unit rather than running just with our thighs or just with our leg. When we're running as a one solid unit, and that can only happen when we have the proper awareness of the body. And barefoot running enables to run like that. And sir, it also helps in improving the posture because it's more natural. So these two things I can think of, sir.
Okay. So see, there are different types of surfaces on which you have to go for barefoot running. How do you train yourself to run on different types of surfaces?
How do I?
How do you train yourself to
Yes,
run on different types of surfaces? Because shoe, there is no the surface does not matter with shoe.
yes, sir.
But in the
Yes, sir.
barefoot running, the surface matters.
Yes, sir.
How do you train yourself to run on different types of surfaces?
Sir, the one thumb rule is I follow is everything should be gradual. Nothing should be very abrupt. And so running barefoot is not a fad or not a statement. This is all about comfort. This is not to show anyone that you are doing something different. So whenever I'm trying new surfaces, for example, when I shifted to Visakhapatnam, I got to explore the beach and run on the sand. So it was different than running on the dirt or running on grass. So, sir, I didn't exert myself to run more than what I am capable of. And that's how, sir, it's always about taking the baby steps and feel what the body is saying because we should listen to the body. And if it's comfortable, then we can slowly transition, sir.
Your other hobby is calisthenics. What does it mean?
Sir, in simple words, sir, calisthenics is free body workout where our body is the own equipment. And regarding the etymology of the word, it's a Greek word where callus meaning strength and sthenus means beauty. So it's the beauty of strength where the human being uses his own body weight to exercise, where we do the normal exercise like push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, and as opposed to using equipment. This is a more free body workout.
See, tell me some calisthenics exercises for strength and flexibility. Two
Yes,
strength
sir.
exercises and two flexibility exercises.
Sir, I think one compound exercise called burpees. One can do that where we do push-ups, jumping push-ups, and then we stand and do squats, and it's whole compound movement, sir, where both strength and flexibility of a performer is enhanced. So I can say burpees is the one such exercise.
How do you ensure that you does not get injured while doing calisthenics?
Sir, as compared to weight, so sir, calisthenics is definitely less risky because we are using our only body weight and there is no external thing which can cause injury, which usually happens in gyms. So apart from it, sir, we can take help of people if we are working out in communities, or we can take help of YouTube videos. The main thing is, sir, to enjoy the workouts and not to overexert the body. So in my case, sir, I have never experienced any major injury while performing doing this exercise because, sir, I've always took the help of the YouTube videos and I always took caution. I've never exerted myself. So
Okay.
that,
See, we are
yes, sir.
talking about forests. So to the other member regarding the forest, right? Tell me the recent amendments done to the rules of Forest Rights Act. You know FR Act?
Uh, the Forest Rights Act 1980, it was amended.
Can you abbreviate the act
Anyone?
completely?
Pardon, sir?
Can you abbreviate the act?
Forest Right Tax is 1980.
That's 2006.
Yes.
Sir, I'm aware of the Forest Conservation Act 1980. I think that was
No,
amended
not
in
talking
He's
about
talking about not. He's not talking about the
I'm
Conservation
not
Act.
talking about conservation, Forest Rights, FRA Act. Can you completely abbreviate FRA? What is FRA? Complete abbreviation.
Complete? Oh, the
Abbreviation.
Traditional forest dwellers, forest rights acts in the bracket, traditional forest dwellers and scheduled tribes. No, I'm not. It is in this.
Recognition of forest rights. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what are the amendments done to the rules? What are the latest provisions added to FRA Act?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the latest amendments. I'll
Are
read
you
upon.
aware of PISA? PESA, PISA.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
So you're not aware of the Forest Rights Act 2006?
No, sir, I'm not aware of the rules, the amendments made recent.
Okay, then tell me the actual provisions. You might not
Provisions?
know the recent things, but what are the actual? Tell me 4 provisions in the actual act.
Sir, it recognizes the rights of the forest dwellers, the tribal people in the forested region, sir, and it empowers the Gram Sabha to kind of identify the beneficiaries.
Okay.
The
Come to the main theme of the act.
the main theme of the act is to recognize that the tribals are the original forest dwellers and they should have the right to the land.
That is there in the abbreviation. You know.
So how it is
And,
implemented?
sir,
What is the main theme
this is
means?
the crux of the act.
What is the eligibility
Yes,
and how
sir.
much land is given to eligible forest dwellers?
Sir, eligibility, sir, for example, there are many eligibilities, sir. For example, they should be tribal, belong to scheduled tribes. And for non-tribal, the non-tribal, sir, they should live in that area for 3 generations, I think more than 75 years. And so the land limit is 4 acres.
4?
4 hectares, sir, 4 hectares. Yes, sir.
Okay. The PISA Act, PISA. What is PISA?
Sir, it is Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas Act,
So
1996.
is it applicable for the 6th scheduled areas?
Sir, it is for the 5th schedule areas because 6 schedule areas anyway have these autonomous regions.
Okay. So the Niyamgiri Hills. What happened in the Niyamgiri Hills? There is a company, you know, a private company, which is not allowed. What is it?
Sir, it is a South Korean company, POXO.
Niyamgiri Hills.
Niyamagiri Hills.
Niyamgiri Hills.
I think, sir, Vedanto, I think, sir.
Yes.
Vedanto.
Tell me what is the case all about? What is the issue?
From my limited reading, sir, the Dongria Cones protested against this Vedant company because of their lands were taken and they were not involved in the total process of this. And also, sir, there was antagonism against the government because the ruling government was proposing this project. So there, because of this distrust, they kind of protested against this, and eventually this project came to an halt.
Was there any Supreme Court judgment regarding this?
Yes, sir, there was a judgment where I think the temporary, I think suspension, some kind of that. So I'm not particularly aware of it, sir.
Not aware of it. Okay, shall end.
Then